When people ask what the best FNAF game is, usually it's either FNAF 1, 2, or maybe even FNAF 6. However, there's one game in the franchise that I honestly think deserves more praise, and that's FNAF Help Wanted. It was the first fully 3D game in the series, but despite that, it still somewhat gets overlooked by the original 2D games. So here's why I think FNAF Help Wanted is the best game in the entire series. Here's how this video is gonna go. I'm gonna talk about what FNAF Help Wanted is, what my favorite section is in FNAF Help Wanted, and then finally my friend RXY will talk about the secrets and lore. We're also going to be excluding the Curse of Dreadbear DLC because I haven't played that. So, let's get started. So FNAF Help Wanted is mostly a collection of FNAF 1, 2, 3, a little bit of 4, and a little bit of sprinkle of Sister Location. It was released back in 2019 for VR only, when it was then later ported to consoles and PC, but honestly the VR version is just so much better. They changed some stuff, such as having buttons to look over the camera system in the FNAFs 1 through 3 sections of the games. They also used different models from the original 2D games, like they look like they were made out of concrete. Well, some of them do, but whatever. The game has 7 sections to complete, those being FNAF 1, FNAF 2, FNAF 3, Dark Corridors, I can't remember the name of that one, Parts and Service, Vent Repair, and then finally Night Terror. You can also collect prizes when completing levels, and you can access them through the prize corner, which is across the main hub area, but you can press a button to get there. That's pretty much all I have to say about this part of the video. Let's get to the next part, which talks about my favorite section in the entire game. By far my favorite section in this entire game has to be the vent repair section, specifically the mangle level. In this level, you're a vent technician repairing the vents, and there are 3 vents in front of you, 1 to your left, 1 in front of you, and 1 to your right. I think the reason why I like this level so much is just because how claustrophobic and terrifying it is. Picture this, you're an average technician fixing the ventilation system, turning the valves, pressing the buttons, pulling levers, yada yada yada, all while there's a killer animatronic hunting you down in there. And the fact that it's mangled too just makes it even more terrifying, especially when she just pops up right in your face at the beginning. This concept is just so unique that I'm kind of shocked that it's only in this game specifically, not in any of the later games, and not even in fan games, which shocks me even more. Like, this is just such a cool concept. If there's a FNAF fan game that has you repairing the vents while an animatronic is trying to hunt you down, I would 100% play that. Also, there's a pretty cool Easter egg in this level where Endo 2 appears. Aiden, put a picture of it up on screen, thank you. The hard mode version of this level is pretty crazy too. There's 2 mangles hunting you down, and all of the vents are opened right in the beginning. Like, as soon as you start the level, they're all open. That's pretty much all I've got to say about this part of the video. I would talk more about this level, but we gotta move on. Now, this next part of the video is brought to you by my friend RXY. Take it away.
I must say, it is a very good pleasure being on the channel. Thank you, Cam. So, like he said, my segment will be about the lore and the secrets of the game. Starting it off, let's just get the lore out of the way. So basically, you are a beta tester for a VR game, but we all know you really play as Vanessa. And throughout the game, glitch trap will appear and get closer and closer until you meet your demise in what is said to be the true ending, where you get stuffed in the Freddy Fazbear suit, and basically, you're dead. Now, some of the lore is continued in the Dreadbear DLC, but we're not covering that. But the rest of the lore is actually continued in Security Breach. But while you're playing through the game and you beat all the levels and beat the hard mode, Glitchup will get closer and closer and closer to you until he eventually turns into a plushie. While we're talking about the plushie, let's just talk about a little Easter egg. So this is kind of continuing with the Dreadbear DLC. If you get the mask and you get the plushie, you go to the counter, you will get a, special dialogue, but I'm not going to play that. while we're on the Vanessa talk, you can collect tapes of her talking throughout the entire game. It adds on to the lore. It gets very, very gruesome about a guy who let's just say, restarted the game but didn't come back. So yeah, that's really all you gotta know about the lore. It gets way deeper in Security Breach and Dreadbear, like I said, but we're not gonna really talk about that right now. However, on the mobile port of this game, on the little TV, when you are at the lobby, you can play Princess Quest. Now this is a very, very lore-heavy game in a game. But yeah, it is about Vanessa kind of killing Grudge Trap or whatever, but you don't actually kill him. Now we talk about the secrets of the game. So I believe once you collect all of the coins, you will earn exotic butters. But if you eat all the exotic butters or throw them out, there will be a tiny button. If you click that button, stuff will pop up on the TV. Sadly, this Easter egg does not work anymore. Here are the following images that would pop up. But now, this image with Foxy on it was a teaser for the Wizards update. But if you play the VR game now, you know the Wizards were already in the game. But when the game first dropped, Fnaf 2 didn't actually have the Wizards in it, which is a pretty neat fact. Now, there were actually two places where the Desolate Hope, one of Scott's old games, shows up in the game. So, behind the counter, where you get the toys and stuff, and in Fnaf 3. Fnaf 3 is the most known one, as you can see it mainly there. Now here's another Easter egg that many of you probably did not know about. If you look below, when you're playing Vet Prepare, sometimes, or all the time, you can see Endo02 holding on for dear life. Now throughout the game, there are countless places where you can see Helpy, the character who fans love, introduced in Fnaf Pizzeria Simulator. Now, an Easter egg you probably all know is that you can eat the action figures at the toy counter. Yes, you can eat them. And if you eat enough of them, you'll actually die. That's really it for my part. Thank you, Cam, for having me on the video. This is a topic I really like. Thank you for having me on. If you like these kind of reviews, I'll be posting some of them on my channel. Hey, maybe me and Cam could collab on them. Who knows? Possibilities are endless.
Well, thank you, Aiden, for being here, and thank you for watching this review. If you want to see more, be sure to subscribe and like.